The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Coming up tonight, the Royal Bahamas Police Force suffering yet another black eye as a senior officer in charge of a key division of the force is in trouble, big trouble tonight, accused of rape. We talk about it. Also tonight was an elderly woman on the island of Grand Bahama swindled out of her home that some say is worth an estimated $1.6 million among other assets. It's the biggest story coming out of Grand Bahama tonight. You've seen the viral live videos, you've seen and heard the various interviews. Well, tonight we talk about it. Also, a little bit later, Ian Thomas and Direct Marketers is here to give you the deals and the ideas of where you can have the best shopping just in time for the weekend. Good evening. This is Beyond the Headlines. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. Well, it seems the Royal Bahamas Police Force cannot catch a break. One scandal after another, with officers caught up in the middle of so many scandals, so many wrongdoings, allegedly. This time, a senior officer, I believe at the sergeant rank, accused of sexual assault. It all happened yesterday. And tonight, that officer is in custody, in the custody of his peers at the Central Investigation Department. Jose Etienne has the story.
He pulled the police car in the front of the shed, and when he pulled it in the front of the shed, he began to have his way, and he started to do what he have to do.
A 33-year-old woman detailing that distressing moment when she says a police official who is known to her and her family forced himself onto her some 24 hours ago in New Providence. Prior to the alleged crime taking place, the alleged victim says the officer was supposed to take her back to work after he reportedly agreed to give her a ride to drop off some food for her kids at her residence.
When we got to work, I had noticed he parked in the far end of my work parking lot, and I explained to him that why are you parking way down here when the entrance to my work door, if it's further down there. And he explained to me that he was trying to stay out of the cameras, and I was like, why the cameras? Like, I don't give a damn about you, and the cameras just dropped me off to work.
That's when the alleged victim says she became wary of what the officer in question might have had in mind to do to her.
He was someone that I thought I could trust, not telling that he came in the police car and also he was dressed for work. I was like, okay, we good. But after seeing the way he pressured and pushed himself, and he was just going on despite hearing me say what I had to say.
Adding insult to injury, here's what the perpetrator reportedly did after he allegedly raped the woman.
He just did look with this smirk on his face, and that was it.
According to the alleged victim, the police officer allegedly raped her shortly before 10 a.m. She says some 3 hours later, after reporting the incident to the Criminal Investigations Department, she sought medical attention, and that's when she was given a rape kit. But while that was being done, she says her residence was being targeted by the officer in question.
I pulled up the camera from my phone to see who she was talking about, and when I see it was him, I tried to reach out to let her know that don't let him in the gate, don't let the boys out. His family just keep coming. I don't know what they looking for, but they keep coming. And we have like video footages and pictures of them there. He started sending me message from a different number, begging me not to do him dirty like that and stuff. Like, he's calling uncontrollably.
Following yesterday's alleged incident, the woman says she feels as though her life is now in shambles.
I couldn't really pull myself together the rest of the day. I just was crying straight through. Feel like I just end up moving backwards in life after that happened.
Her complaint to officials comes days after 4 officers were charged with sex-related crimes. This alleged victim is hoping that her alleged attacker will also be held accountable.
I just hope they take action and consider the damage he have done, not only to just me, but my mental state in there with my kids. And he is someone big on the police force. I had to find a way to talk. And at first I didn't want to talk, but eventually I talk.
Well, tonight we begin right there. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Our contributors, Prophetess Patrice Smith, Ellington Ferguson. Good evening to both of you. You all, I feel angered to have to come tonight and have this discussion because it's so many things I mentioned just now. I mean, here was an upstanding couple who presented sort of what the force, the hope and the future of the force should look like. People who uphold the law. I think at one point we were discussing in the newsroom that this couple too, while they were off duty at some point, was shot at some scene. They have come through a lot. And then they each, obviously ambitious career officers doing extremely well in their chosen areas on the force. And tonight, the husband of that couple, someone who is in charge, again, as I said, of one of the divisions of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, accused of committing the worst kind of crime, where he violated a woman that I believe is known to him. Let's just jump right in this evening, you all. Let's talk about the fact that somehow something is going wrong where the police got to come together and they have to get in conclave immediately.
Yes. Well, Shanique, it breaks my heart to have to deal with this in light of what our country is dealing with as it relates to crime and criminality. And often we have these shows, and you talked about it. This very officer has been on this show talking about his area, and they're talking and trying to discourage people about crime. And they're talking and telling the Bahamian citizens, try and do this and do not do this. And in law enforcement, we'll enforce the law to the fullest extent of the law, which is what we expect of the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
I mean, in a measured, and you know, Ellington, just to insert right there, this guy is a measured officer, very, very solid. Someone who really held such promise when you see and sort of just observe the way he speaks, his knowledge of the law, his knowledge of his area, just someone that you just would be proud of.
And as I continue on, I want to quote, I think it was Dr. Miles Monroe, I'm not 100% sure, that said one time that your gift will take you places.
Your character.
That if your character is not already in place, if you don't already have a good character, it cannot sustain you. And so sometimes without developing your character and having integrity before you get where your gift is going to take you, it will literally destroy you. And I beg to look at a bigger picture, Shanique, this evening. There's just been too much of these incidents happening one after the other. It's not like last year, remember something like this, 3 years ago. It's not like that. It's like this year, almost every other month.
One thing after the other, like what happened? 2024
on the
promise you all
Royal
something.
Bahamas Police Force. So my bigger question is to question whether the Commissioner of Police has control of his force.
Yes, yes.
Is the force out of control?
Oh, wow.
Should the Commissioner of Police step aside?
My God.
Are these men taking him serious?
Right.
So you were saying this reflects on the leadership of Clayton
It
Fernandez?
reflects on the leadership. Everything rises and falls on leadership.
Yes, yes.
He can't keep these men together. Obviously, these men don't have that kind of regard for him, that to
Or
keep
respect.
themselves in line
But
or
what if
respect.
these men don't have the regard and respect for themselves and can't keep their zippers up? Like in the instance of this gentleman who is a married man. If you
Shanique,
feel that heated, go call your wife and let her meet you at home.
These
How Clayton
instances-
Fernandez reportedly, allegedly, all of those things in the patrol car with you when you force a woman to give you exactly what don't belong to you. How is Clayton Fernandez responsible?
These instances, Shanique, only exposes the character. How many other things this officers and those other officers have done. This one ends up in the rape of a woman. Those other 3 or 4 officers end up in the rape of a woman. How many other acts they have done to Bahamian citizens prior to this? Because obviously these are men of ill repute. These are men of bad character.
Yes.
And we've got to go to leadership of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. It's been too much, too often happening with these officers. And I'm not sure what kind of discipline there is to keep these men in line, or what kind of, maybe they're not afraid of whatever discipline there is. Maybe we need to revisit what the disciplinary measures are in the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Because obviously they don't take nothing about it.
Shanique, this is so sad, if I could just chime in. And I'm in total agreement with Brother Ferguson. But this is so sad, and it's almost disgraceful. Because you would think that somebody, a law enforcement officer, one of our top law enforcement officers who should really be held at the highest position of upholding the law, is one who is breaking the law, and not just breaking the law, but doing it in such an egregious way. Now, I'm going to put myself out on the limb there, Shanique. Somebody that has done something like this for the first time is not going to be that bold, and is not going to do it under those circumstances. No. Somebody that's committing rape for the first time is not going to do it that outwardly. It's not going to be that bold.
So you were saying,
it's not going to be that callous.
Are you saying that Shanique, perhaps this officer has a problem?
I submit to you. Now, I'm going to allegedly say, but I'm telling you what I feel in my spirit. I'm going to say it as a prophet. I feel in my spirit, allegedly, that this officer is not doing something like this as egregiously as this for the first time. Now, I'm believing that simply because before I came on this show, I prayed about it. And so I'm going back to what Ferguson said, Brother Ferguson said. Lord, I almost went to say Apostle Clayton. My God. Commissioner of Police.
Pray for him.
Yeah, that's what he is called. I don't know. Commissioner of Police, and I dare say Minister, what's the man now?
Wayne Monroe.
Minister
National
Wayne
Security.
Monroe, if you are in town, because you all seem to be out of town a lot. But if you are in town, Mr. Honorable Wayne Monroe, y'all need to take this thing under wraps. Y'all need to get control of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Because obviously it is out of control. It's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Now I'm not gonna put the responsibility squarely at the foot of the commissioner, but I do believe that the commissioner has to take some responsibility here. Now, Commissioner Clayton Fernandez, sir, I'm gonna suggest to you that there should be immediate firings. This particular officer, if indeed it is true, and I personally believe it is, and I'll say allegedly, I think there needs to be consistent, open, and direct firings, removals from the police force, and these police officers that are involved in all of these egregious matters, they need to be brought before the court swiftly and dealt with swiftly and serve jail time. That's what has to happen. Because it seems as if now over the course of the past, 3-4 months, the police force have been basically on par with the criminals. When we hear about the criminals, the next time we hear about the police force. And this is crazy because they are the top law enforcement agency in the country.
They are. They're leading. Patrice, if
yes.
you remember, we started this week talking about 5 officers who gang raped a young woman.
This is crazy.
Either the end of last week or the beginning of this week, gang raped a woman. I know that these officers don't come from someplace in Mars. They come from right among us here in the society.
Absolutely.
But certainly you must understand when you swear to protect and serve, and you put that uniform on, you are seen in higher regard. There is a level of trust that comes with that. When you erode and corrode that trust, where are we to turn?
Yes.
When people begin questioning every step the police make, questioning your authority when you show up, and then saying that you have no authority,
and so they lose respect.
How are you to then mete out law and order and also show up and command that respect in society when it is that you are slipping and sliding and being so sloppy with what it is that you're doing?
Shanique, absolutely. See, the police must understand that you have a unique role to keep law and order in this society. And so when
Absolutely.
criminals stop respecting you, and when then ordinary citizens can't respect you because of how you handle things. Let me tell you this. I am the oldest of 10 children. And my mother she put the responsibility square on. Sometime my little brother and sister them would do things growing up
But you never could dream of.
that they didn't do what they're supposed to do. But when she come home, as far as she's concerned, we did not do what we were
And
left
they
to
all
do.
got punished.
But that's their side that she know they're supposed to wash the dishes or they're supposed to clean up that room, but it wasn't done, so the oldest one get punished. So the
Right.
police force, you has a unique responsibility. You're called to a higher order to serve and protect. And when you are destroying and hurting the ones that you were called to serve and to protect, when they can't depend on you because you're the one hurting them.
That's right.
You the crime, you the criminal. I'm going to go on a limb and I'm going to say, Prime Minister Davis, this police commissioner is not making your administration
Oh,
look
you
good.
going for the police commissioner again? Wait a minute.
I
What
think
do
you should, in consultation with the leader of the opposition, seek to appoint a new commissioner, please.
Mighty God,
Ask this commissioner
no.
to step aside and allow somebody that can really hold the command. Maybe the force don't respect him.
Probably
Maybe
not.
they may know something about him, but they do not respect his leadership.
Well, I'll tell you, there's two officers then. Since you went for the commissioner, let me go for each officer, each male officer. Listen to me, man. If you all have issues being in control of your emotions, of your little sexual urges, particularly if you are tied and connected to someone through marriage, go and do that way. Do not traumatize and further cause to bring about emotional distress and mental distress
Disrepute.
among people and disrepute on
Yeah,
the organization
absolutely.
that has been around now for over 100 years. That you recent officers somehow are hell bent on destroying the reputation and destroying what it is that if we lose the police, remember in America was on this whole thing about defund the police,
Defund the
etc.
police. That's
And
right.
all of a sudden they needed the police, but the police have such
Absolutely.
disregard. If we lose that regard and respect for this Royal Bahamas Police Force, where do we turn?
We can't get there.
And
We
you
must
break
not
partnerships.
allow it to
Where
get
do we
there.
turn?
Great community partnerships.
Do you all think, and I have some friends that I care about deeply who were honored this past Heroes Day, but remember now, a bunch of them just got National Heroes honors and called
From the
heroes
police force?
from the police force
Oh,
right now, ma'am.
Okay.
What do you think that even does for that?
My Lord.
Absolutely.
It nullifies it.
It nullifies it.
and brings it into question. But Shanique, let me mention something because something is coming to mind. And I don't know if there's a unit on the police force. Because, of course, we have to also be real. The police are dealing with issues, very serious issues on a daily basis, the amount of murders that are happening in this country. So they are human. And, of course, they are going to be inundated with a mirage of feelings. And I think what is needed, let me just
Do
finish.
you know what it is to sit
let me
here?
just finish.
Listen, wait. I know I wear a face full of thicker makeup every night. You all see this? You all see this makeup? You all see it?
Yeah.
The lashes sometimes can fan you from where you sit.
Yes, yes.
You think that I myself
No.
don't have the stress of ensuring that I get it right, that I ask the right questions,
Yeah.
that I get the right people around the table?
Let me
We
finish.
all have feelings.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is, they are more, situations in the country, they are presented with it first, more than any of us. And so I'm talking now from a counselor's perspective. And so I understand to a certain degree that a lot of the police officers are under stress. They are under duress. They're going through a lot of stuff.
You don't
Let
rate
me just
someone-
finish.
you do not
I'm
rate-
I'm not in agreement
You
now.
don't
I'm not in
rate
agreement with
someone
what he's
for your
done.
stress.
If you
I'm
need
not
to
in
go
agreement
home to
with
your
what
wife,
he's done.
get yourself some
Yeah,
bully
yeah,
pill,
but listen,
some
listen.
bully pill, and go home to your
Fergie,
wife.
Brother Fergie, listen to me. What I'm saying is, and I'm in agreement with both of you, but what I'm saying is probably what needs to be instituted is a counseling and psychological
They have that.
unit.
They have that.
Do they have that
They
with
have
them?
that before.
Is it being
have that.
effective? Is it being used? Police officers, are you going there and saying, listen, let me lie on the couch and talk to you, I'm going through something. Now, I'm going to say something, and you may not agree with this, but I'm going to say it. Because I believe in marriage, I believe the responsibility in marriage, whether it's for the betterment of the marriage or whether it's for the breakdown of the marriage, I do not believe that you can say it's one person's fault. I'm not saying that this particular rape is the wife's fault. But I'm going to say, as a trained counselor and as a pastor, there has to have been, or there have to be, a breakdown somewhere in that marriage. Now, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I'm going to disagree.
You may
Go
disagree,
ahead.
but let me finish. I'm telling you, listen.
Wrap it up.
Hold up. I'm telling you, as a person who's been married for 35 years and also as a trained counselor, this gentleman is not going to all of a sudden just come out and say, I'm going to rape a woman today in the police car. So what is going on? Well, he could also have a spirit. But and again, that's a problem that needs help. He needs intervention. So what is going on? What's going on in his personal life? What's going on in his marriage? What's going on the force where you said that they feel that they can just do whatever they feel like, and listen, because me and, commissioner or cop, whatever they call him, is close, I can get away with it. So therefore, we have to now look holistically at the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
I think I have to go to a break.
Okay.
I think I have to go to break. But here's what's going on. You say what's going on in the marriage?
Yes.
That woman doing her duty.
Well, I don't know that.
Yes,
I don't know her personally. I don't even know the individuals.
Mom,
Okay, go ahead.
Justin has given me indications.
Go ahead.
Here's what's going on, though.
Yes.
The typical Bahamian mindset. Your eyes all over the place except where it needs to be. Keep your zip up. Control your little urges,
yes,
and serve the people of the Bahamas, and stop destroying an organization that was built on trust and a vow to protect and serve. You are doing a disservice. We're going to obviously pick this discussion up, but listen, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to see what the dickens is going on in Grand Bahama. It's all coming up right after this break. Stay close.
Story there.
It's Spa Week, we got what you need. Sit back, relax, and come in for a treat. We just wanna make you smile. We will go the extra mile at Baha Retreat Spa.
Come visit us at Baha Retreat Spa on East Bay Street. Contact us at 323-6711 or visit us online at www.baharetreat.com.
On behalf of the entire flight crew and Western Air, we hope that you enjoyed your flight and we look forward to serving you in the near future.
You work hard to provide for and protect the ones you love. However, life can present unexpected challenges. Who you call in times of need matters. Insurance Management is a Bahamian-owned company that has been serving our community for over 40 years, offering a wide range of coverage for all of your personal, professional, and commercial needs. When life happens, rest easy knowing that our skilled and experienced agents are there for you in your time of need, so that you can get back to what matters most. Insurance Management. Nobody does it better.
Get ready to win Lucky Bucks. Wherever you see this taxi, flag it down.
The boy hard, beating so hard, I will be hard. What here? I'm looking for my first contestant to ride in the Lucky Taxi. Walk in the taxi, you gotta do the Lucky Walk, bro. Oh, yeah. Thanks. Man, thank you, sir. 85 times 2 is how much, brother? You only win $170, brother.
I never expected to win as much as I win.
Bang along!
Very excited when the gentleman picked me to ride inside the taxi.
So if I had to choose a game that would stay, it would be Island of Taxi.
You could be next on the Island Lucky Taxi.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. Well, today, in fact, starting from mid-morning upward to at this very hour, quite frankly, there's been a story that's been unfolding and evolving on the island of Grand Bahama, a story to do with a woman in her 70s being swindled, according to some who you would speak with, out of her home, out of her NIB, out of her life insurance benefits, just any number of things. Now, I have the family joining me in a moment. I hope tomorrow evening show to have the Mervy Knowles, I think that is her name, who owns the senior citizens home, or this home away from home type facility, to join me. As I just reached out to her, she's unable to join because of a whole lot that's still happening. She has promised, though, to speak with Beyond the Headlines tomorrow evening, but we're going to see if we can perhaps reach and speak with family members right now who I believe are with the Member of Parliament for, is it Central Grand Bahama? Is it Central Grand Bahama, Aram Lewis? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Listen, I know this is a tough day for a lot of people involved. Welcome to the show. Please, I see Aram Lewis is there. Aram, of course, you're the Member of Parliament for the area. Please introduce us to everyone. I know there was a protest from early morning, and there's a lot happening outside that home where you all at right now, that home away from home, old folks facility. Please introduce everyone, and let's get right in.
Yeah, here's Wendy Fox, the one who got it all going, and here's Philippa. She's the granddaughter's daughter.
Philippa, what is the state of your grandmother right now? So much is being said that your grandmother willingly signed over this home and all of her assets to Mervy Knowles. And that your grandmother is in her right frame of mind, and your grandmother was abandoned and neglected by the family.
I'm aware of the conversation happening, and I know that when I came with the story that was something that I was going to be faced with, but at this point all of it is alleged. Yes, she was inside of the home, but she got here because the family was financially tied, you know what I mean? So she was put here while I was away working, to get the funds back, to come back home, to give her the proper care, and also to take care of my children. So she wasn't abandoned there and thrown there and just left. She was there because we ran into a hard time. As people do, we're only human. I had to bury my father, and after that, I found a job off island, and she was placed inside the home because she does have an ailing. She is ailing at the time, and she's in a full-time wheelchair. She can't stay home by herself. So I put her inside the home, looking for support, that somebody will keep her safe until
Can you turn this audio up a bit, please, Justin? Philippa, I want to ask you, it is said, I spoke with Mervy Knowles. Mervy Knowles said that social services placed her in the home because she was abandoned in her own personal house. Is there any truth to that?
No, ma'am. She was placed in the home on behalf of my aunt and uncle. And if they look back at the documents, my aunt and uncle signed her in there. She was not placed in there via social services.
Wow.
Our family drove her there.
Is it true? And I'm going to talk to everybody because I know they all came to your aid. I understand most of Grand Bahama showed up to fight on your behalf and your grandmother's behalf today. But is it true that your grandmother signed over willingly everything to this woman, and that Mervy Knowles has been living in your grandmother's house?
It's allegedly she did this willingly. That we cannot confirm or deny, because none of us were there. Now, to know her, she has a natural giving nature, but if it comes in the wrong person's hand, they will take advantage, and I feel like that's what happened now. Somebody came in contact and saw a nice person who would have offered this, and they took advantage of it.
I want to ask something, and I don't want to be insensitive about it, But does she have dementia, or is she kind of in and out of her memory?
She is in and out of her memory, and we're working with the psychiatrist from social services and the Ram Memorial to get her properly diagnosed. But she has been fighting with a mental illness for years now, whether it be from depression, anxiety, all of that stuff. She's been dealing from I was a young child.
Yeah,
so
I
she's
heard,
not been 100%. Right, she's not been 100%.
I heard since she herself years ago lost a kid or something along those lines, that she's been having mental issues or challenges since then. Now, what happened today? Because I know even in the lead up to this interview right now, there are police on property behind you. Police were called in because for some reason you cannot have access to your grandmother. Is that correct?
That is correct. The police were called on behalf of the home when she saw everybody here. When I went to see her, they told me I'm not allowed to get my mother or see my mother until the police comes on property. So once the police came, they were able to escort me in the home to see my mom.
Is it true that she was also, legal guardianship was also signed, was taken over by the owner of the home?
Yes, allegedly she made herself power of attorney over my mother.
How come? How does the family feel about that? I see you are standing and speaking on your own, but is there other family in Grand Bahama?
To be honest with you, I stand alone because our family is very small. I don't have the drive and support of, another persons. That's why everybody came out so strong, because I've been dealing with this by myself for a long time now.
Our
family is very small. We have most of our family in Nassau. My mother has just one sister, and my father, rest in peace, he has just one brother who lives here in Freeport. So it's not a lot of us.
So the family is small and the family is financially hurting, as many people in Grand Bahama are.
Right.
Listen, I want to hear from someone else. I know Aram Lewis is there. I know the other lady who tried to bring the entire Grand Bahama is there, and a gentleman standing. Please tell us what's going on. Please tell us what it is that happens when a family. Philippa had to leave the island, she said, to try and look for work, because we know what the situation in Grand Bahama is. Financially, nothing much is going on. She is hurting financially. Her grandmother, according to her, was taken advantage of, and this is now what the result is. What brought you out to say, guess what, this is not going to go any further?
Well, my name is Wendy Fox. Families of all murder victims report page, which is home. After I personally watched the live interview on ZNS last night, I said, no, hell no. I have to make a stand. I have to make a change. So I then in turn went in my groups, and a few groups, WhatsApp groups. I went in there and I told them, I said, you know what? First flight in the morning, we'll be by home, away from home, because I got to see what this is all about, right? After making that plea last night, I came out here from 8:30 this morning, and the people was out here waiting on me. I called Miss Philippa. I dig up her number, because, I'm the type of person I can get it. So when I spoke to her last night, I said, sweet girl, listen to me. I don't know you from a can of paint, but I could tell you one thing. What is happening to your mother is unjust, it's unfair, it's unright, and we got to make a change in Freeport.
Yes.
She was not only here at the time. She was on Chop Key. I then, as we was out to the protest, I called on the phone. I said, man, Philippa, we can't move without you. We can't see your mother. We can't do nothing, because the lady already made preparation for this day. She already did stuff that is beyond our control. So I started screaming over people live. I said, we need a flight to get her. And I was blessed to have a private plane go for her and bring her here safely to Freeport.
Wow, Wendy, okay. Wendy, you stepped in and you really got this thing. You got the nation's attention on behalf of Philippa.
I could tell you that, because you could see good people. Like, I have a discerning spirit. I could see good people. Miss Ingrid, I have never met her personally. I don't know the lady, but by everybody out here, is everybody who met her personally, who had contact with her. She would give the shirt off her back. She would have never signed over nothing to Miss Murphy, whatever she named. She would have never signed over to her everything she left for her daughter. She adopted Philippa. She gave Philippa carries her last name. Okay? This is her child, legally. It's her child. What she did is wrong. the lady take the deceased husband who just passed away last year. She took his survivor's benefit, right? She took Miss Ingrid pension, and she wasn't finished. This is how cold-hearted, this is a white-collar criminal, right? She go and take the lady insurance. She signed it over in her name. And she still wasn't finished after that. Everybody who was in her home, she have 3 homes in Freeport. We plan on visiting today. God, we plan on visiting today.
When you say 3 homes, what do you mean? You mean 3 old folks' homes or 3 personal homes?
3 old folks' home away from home, 3 locations.
Oh.
This woman has been doing this for years.
Oh, wow. Allegedly.
Allegedly. She take out private insurance for each person that enters a home.
Hold on. Wendy, what you saying? What you mean take out private insurance? What you said again?
Listen, that's exactly what I'm saying. She make herself beneficiary for each one of these persons in her home. It's called burial insurance. Everybody who is in her 3 homes is insured. She's a beneficiary for all of them. So right now, at this point, right, it is alleged that Mr. Kevin Russell, her lawyer, was behind this for years. It's alleged, right? All the old folks that died in her presence, we need a autopsy on them because it's alleged that she's give you pills.
Alleged. Wendy, don't say the rest. Wendy, don't say the rest. Right. Alleged. I'll tell you this, what's obvious, and this part is not alleged. There are many questions on the table tonight. Many questions that the nation has. Aram, and I think that gentleman there in the striped shirt, you were the one I think.
Let me say something before you go.
Go ahead, Wendy. Go ahead.
Let me say something before you go. And I could tell you one thing. On behalf of the Freeport people, because they say we don't like to talk or we don't come together.
Yes.
On behalf of the Freeport people, we standing with Philippa. I'm telling them that now.
Yes.
She don't need no lawyer. She don't need no doctor. She don't need nothing because everything paid in full. There's a God above. I can tell you that. All right? So all the documents, what she need in black and white, be outside.
She has it. Well, that is so good to hear. That is excellent to hear. Iram, this is taking shape right there. You heard, and you know the story of Grand Bahama. You heard Philippa. Philippa wasn't shy to say it. Philippa said, listen, the family met hard times, and furthermore, it's a small family. So therefore, they are just ripe for the picking, meaning ripe because they are so vulnerable.
Yes. That is a consistent story in the report. Yeah, people are indeed hurting. And the fact that she had to leave the island to gain financial employment or to gain finances to take care of the family. She in turn had to put her mother in a nursing home for protection while she's away generating funds to come back and take care of the family. Something like this to happen is certainly a disaster. It's very unfortunate. And as policymakers, we must now put regulations in place
to protect the elderly. Because Iram, I'll tell you, it just earlier this year, mid this year, June, July, before I took vacation, I talked about elderly abuse and abandonment. It is it's a real thing here in the country. And I'm not at all alleging or asserting that Murphy Knowles abused this woman or somehow. I am saying, though, it's a real issue of poverty and an elderly abuse, elderly abandonment in this nation, and elderly people who are taken advantage of because, of course, they are now in a vulnerable position.
It is bad when you are in a vulnerable position and you in turn exploit it. So again, we must put policy in place where we protect, where we put legislative in place, where we have oversight, where we carry regular inspections, where we have these facilities reporting in, so that we can know exactly what's going on.
You're right. You're right. Each of these facilities must be regulated. Now, that's where you all come in as policymakers, as you said. There has to be great oversight. I don't know if there is.
Absolutely, but only the qualified individuals too. You must have first aid qualification, some nursing qualification.
No, because many people who have these homes, and I talked about this earlier this year, Aram, you are absolutely right. They bring up these homes and go sit down and get some little government subvention, but they don't know the first thing but care. Many elderly people are abandoned. They are left to fend for themselves in a corner. They are underfed. They are malnourished. In many of these homes, social services come. We have been discussing this behind the scenes to get this on the table. Now is the time Because these homes, and I'm not talking about this one, home away from home, the homes around the country, particularly right here in Nassau as well, need great oversight, regulations, and for people to take seriously what goes on in these homes.
Absolutely. A lot is going to be exposed. A lot of eyes are now open. A lot of ears are now open. And a lot of attention will now be given. And not like, again, we're not saying that it happens here, but there are a lot of questions that need answered. There are a lot of situations that needs to be answered. When you're offering goods and services to the nation, you ought to be regulated. You ought to be qualified. Because like you said, you're in some cases given governments have mentioned, you're given grants, you're given private funding. So there should be some reporting, some accounting, there should be some oversight. So again, whether it's happening here or not, we now need to pay attention to it. We need to pay attention not only to the
and also families. I'll tell you this. Now, Philippa had to, Aram, Philippa had to leave the island. We know what's happening in Grand Bahama. Ain't a thing happening.
Absolutely.
I mean, you might see one tourist walk around once a month. There's nothing going on. We know that the economy is at a standstill. But also, I'll tell you this. Families, check on your loved ones. You have them in a home, check on the loved ones. You cannot abandon people, regularly. You got to keep something going. And sometimes you cannot afford to maybe they cannot be in the home for whatever the reason is. But if they're in an assisted living facility, then those facilities the diet must be healthy. There must be good care being provided in these facilities. Does the gentleman next to you want to say anything?
Yes, he does. And again, before I go, we must call for a full and thorough investigation.
Yes.
We must uncover some facts. And once you have facts, facts are stubborn. Once you have facts, you can now chart course moving forward.
Yes, sir.
Lundy, I want to say thank you to Lundy and to Jordan, to Wendy, and to the rest of the team, all of Grand Bahama. They've been on here, the reporters has been on here. This is Jordan Peven on the camera. They've all been very, very supportive. Grand Bahama came out in mass numbers this morning, show that we are a family. Even though Philippa's family may be small,
yes,
her extended family,
she now has a family covering all of Grand Bahama.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Lundy.
Hey, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
I am Lyndon Lundy. I'm up from Grand Bahama, and I stand completely with Philly in this situation. Philly's a long-time friend of mine. I've known her for a very long time. So I definitely can't allow her to go through this on her own by herself. And also it's justice for those to come. It's just not for Philly alone. But if you could do this to one person today, I'm sure you could do it to many tomorrow. And listen, I'm not even thinking about the amount of people that even this has already been happening to and has been happening to. Like Aram said, piggyback on that, it needs to be regulated. Old folks' homes need to be regulated. It needs to be looked into. It needs to be fully inspected on a monthly basis. I've seen some pictures from other old folks' home on the island, and it's deplorable. Like you said as well, Shanika, people need to check on their loved ones. You can't just drop them off there and let them go.
Yes.
Because a lot of people will be taking advantage of this when they see people are vulnerable.
Yes.
We have to continue to look after our old elderly people in the community. When you leave them at these old folks' homes, just drop them there. Go by every other week, or every week, stop and check on them, see what's happening. Something like this would never happen if we continue to check on our old folks.
Absolutely. I want you to share. I'll tell you this. I want you to share those photographs you have with me here on Beyond the Headlines about the state of old folks' homes, and let's get into it. That's what needs to happen. Let's get into it, and let's not drop this. Let's not drop this. And we will continue to follow what's happening in Grand Bahama as well. Thank you all so much. Philippa, Wendy, the gentleman we just spoke with, Iram, Jordan, everyone, thank you. I think it's Philip is his name. When we will continue to follow up, I will stay in touch with everyone and see exactly how this moves. And certainly, of course, Mervy Knowles is welcomed as well to share her story with us. But this is what's going on. We've got to get things right in this nation. Must. Stay. Beyond the Headlines is back right after this.
$10 deal. Available only at Marco's Southwest, Prince Charles, Village Road, and Robinson Road. Man, let me see what this about. I'll take 20 of those, please. Hey, you good? Yeah, bro, Marcos, get this new deal. Get yourself a large one-topping pizza for only $10. $10? Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, I need 30 of them $10 carry-out pizza deal, please.
Man, why this car break up, man? This car dirty and the car place right break off short and there's zero down.
At Montague Motors, we offer a wide variety of vehicles for an affordable price.
Man, look at you, man. This is a brand new car. You can't talk to you no more.
Montague Motors is located on Village Road North, just before the Shirley Street stoplight.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the vibe alive. Music group, along with our for sales, present the best of the best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year. Featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Sean, Shine 242, The Falcon, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Races Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack location. General admission $60. VIP, Skybox, and Skypods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Mass. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you.
So you want a space, but not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines, where we're going to shift gears a bit and sort of lighten things up. But certainly, of course, the information that's shared in this segment is always very important to you, to be able to get you the deals and the shopping and the whatever the help that you need at the best prices in town. Ian Thomas from Direct Marketers is here. Ian, it's good to have you here. A lot happening in the news, but I'm always very, very happy when you stop by and just help people out. You heard in the segment a minute ago, the lady from Grand Bahama saying, listen, money is a major issue in their family. Yes, money is tight. Right. And so I like when you come because you always bring something to the people where they can get what they need at a friendlier price.
Wow, I'm so happy you said that. It is about saving money. And well, first I got to start with saying who I am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ian Thomas, and I am from Direct Marketers. Direct Marketers, of course, is a marketing company where we specialize in radio, TV, print, social media, and e-blast. So if you have a business or a business idea and you want to know how viable it is, please feel free to give me a call at 552-0212. That's 552-0212. Dial 552-0212. That's 552-0212.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. Is that cool?
We got it.
All right,
it's fantastic.
I'm glad that you said it's all about saving money.
Yeah.
You know what? And I coined a term the other day to help people save the money. So it's good for you. Pick up the phone someone and call someone and text them or WhatsApp them and say, you know what? CYC. That's so important. CYC. Call someone and tell them that because it's an acronym.
Hold on, I don't see what it is.
CYC, it's an acronym.
For?
Conserve your cash.
Oh.
It's so important that you conserve your cash. So ladies and gentlemen, you care about someone, message them right now and say, hey, you, CYC, man. And they'll say, hey, thank you, buddy.
Y'all.
That's what it's all about. And another thing,
Y'all.
Shanique Miller.
See it here, y'all. See it right there.
Yeah.
Remember this, y'all? Remember the hashtag CYC? You know, Ian, you good. Go ahead.
No, I'm serious. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
go
It's
ahead,
very
yes.
important.
Conserve your cash.
And if you
Yeah.
conserve your cash, then you are aware of what's going on.
Yes.
And you want to be a MILF, just like myself and Shanique Miller. You want to be a
flip and
MILF.
talk, Ian, speak, but
Yes.
you come here on this segment.
Because Shanique
Speak for
Miller, you
yourself.
know, money ensures life's freedoms. So you want to be a MILF, just like Shanique
Okay,
Miller,
I like
yes.
it. I always like when he always got something a little different and extra. You got to watch him.
It's very good.
But in this instance, yes, I am a MILF.
And that all leads
Money
to ensures life's freedoms.
That part.
Yes, that. And that leads to what? WTF. You got it. You got to watch the fees. It's so important you watch the fees. Call someone and say, hey, you know what? I care about you. CYC.
Urca.
Why? WTF.
Urca?
You got to watch the. You got to watch the fees. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's all about. So, right here today, I got to tell you about this wonderful company I just started to work along with, and they're doing really good. It's called Best Cars, Best Rates. So if you're out there and your car might be down right now, you might have gotten in an accident, and you don't want to be at the waiting for people to come by and give you a ride. You want to go ahead and get a car rental.
Or the mechanic,
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You want to look no further than Best Cars, Best Rates. I want to give you the phone number right quick. I'm at this one. That's where I am.
Mm-hmm.
The phone number is 828-3007. That's 828-3007. Or you can WhatsApp them or call them at 434-0911. 434-0911. Give them a call. You won't find car prices when it comes to rentals any less than them. Right now, you can rent a car as low as $229 a week. That's a great deal.
Oh, that's a
or
good
you can
deal.
grab a family van at just $99 a day.
Oh, they have vans as well.
They got family vans at $99 a day. No matter what type of vehicle you need, they've got you covered.
They don't just have those little small cars, huh? They have various sizes.
Yeah, they have various sizes,
good.
yeah.
Okay,
So,
so again, it's a rental car
Yeah, it's a rental car company.
With the saying and boasting of the
Right.
best prices
Good.
out there.
So if you might have a small budget and you need something extremely affordable, you want to give them a call and you'll find something you need. You can reserve a regular car. They call this a regular car for just $45 a day, or you can upgrade to a spacious 5-seater car. That's a great deal at $59 a day, only add extra 99 cents. And those who desire more room for passengers, you can get a 6-seater minivan at $69 a day. That's a great deal. Or you can get an 8-seater minivan. That's been reduced to $89 a day. So they have really, really good rates. I'm so glad that I was able to meet him. As a matter of fact, I met this customer as a result of being on this show.
Oh, super.
So kudos to you. He said, Ian,
Welcome.
you and Shanique, you did a wonderful job. So he says, you think you can do the same thing for my company?
Welcome. There's so many people, I'm telling
Yes.
you, that are in need of a rental
Yes,
vehicle
yes.
because they're perhaps in between
Right.
purchasing. They just their vehicle just went bad on them,
Mhm.
and they need that transportation, reliable transportation.
And then-
So certainly, it's always good to rent a vehicle. They tease me many times because, hello, I've been there.
You've been
for the
there
longest while.
where you were carless?
Yeah.
So this is a great time. Stop taking lowness, ladies and gentlemen, from people. Man, listen, I give you a ride. I ain't get no gas. You give me something for gas and hurry up, man, and all that kind of different stuff. You say, you know what? Let me go rent my own car. And I'm glad that you learned about Best Cars, Best Rates. The phone number, 828-3007, 828-3007, or 434-0911. 434-0911. Remember, if you forget any of these phone numbers of the companies I spoke about today or in the past, you can give me a call. Remember, Ian Thomas, it's on the screen. Ian Thomas, Direct Marketers, 5520212. You guys doing good, Y'all is
We
good.
always do.
I tell you, y'all treat me okay,
Yeah, no. We love you. We cater to you.
Oh, will you knock it off? So listen here. Ladies and gentlemen, another great company I've spoken about many a times on this show is EcoFlow Delta Pro. If you need a portable generator, this is what you need to do. You need to give them a call. Their phone number is 327-4504, 327-4504, EcoFlow Delta Pro. As a matter of fact, the company's like right across the road from here. It's a 6-legged roundabout, and their parent company is JS Steel. So let's just say, as a matter of fact, I live in the East. The electricity was out yesterday. And so far, I think it's been going out almost daily. Short spates, but it's been going out daily. You want to, don't be at the mercy of the power company. Give them a call. They have generators, portable generators, as low as $335, starting at $335, all the way up to $4,224. What I like about these units, it's that it's upgradable. So if you buy one and you say you need more power, you can get another one and connect it, and boom, you have all the power you need. Imagine, electricity goes off. You can have your iron, you can have your laptop, you can have your television, you can have, in some instances, your fridge. Some people have even been able to plug in their wall unit air conditioned and just, have a cool.
Very good.
It's a terrible feeling.
I tell you, people pay attention to you with that because even Leslie Miller earlier this week was talking about those generators.
Yeah, these generators are
everyone
wonderful.
is liking them.
And especially you told me about the people in Eleuthera. Was it Eleuthera?
Oh, Eleuthera, yes.
Yeah, Eleuthera.
Course, yeah.
We have a lot of calls from family island customers. They said, hey, I want one of those generators. You, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to be rich anymore. You just have to be wise. Use your head. Give them a call. That's EcoFlow Delta Pro generators. And the phone number is, I'll give it to you, 327-4504, 327-4504. Ask for Jennifer or George or Sean. Incredible people that know exactly what you need, and they're going to find the right system that's tailor-made for your needs. I'll be remiss if I don't mention individuals living with elderly people or young kids who might be dealing with some type of a medical issue, and they need their device be plugged in. You cannot take any chances, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you have a second choice to have your items powered. You don't need any gas, no propane, no diesel, no nothing. It's a generator, has the same battery as the made by Tesla. The same batteries that go inside the car, so that's a strong brand. You want to give them a call, get yourself a generator. 327-4504, 327-4504. Get yourself a generator, man. It's so easy and inexpensive that it's just going to make your life so much better. Also, I want to tell you about SHSS Electrical.
Yeah.
I cannot come here or tell them I'm coming here without them saying, Ian, you got to get me back on Beyond the Headlines with Shanique Miller.
Yeah, absolutely.
She does an incredible job. She knows the importance of saving money. And if you're building or you're adding on, right now,
absolutely
Airbnb,
the people to help you make. Yes.
If you guys are familiar with the Store family, that was Henry F. Store on Mackey Street. They're no longer there in that building anymore. They've relocated to right down the street. That's Chesapeake Road. As soon as you turn off of Mackey Street, and it's about 100 yards on the left-hand side in the former Minute Muffler building. I got to get the number out because it's crazy if I'm just going to continue talking. 827-3150. That's 827-3150 or 821-3150. Boy, they sure like the 3150 now. So remember, 827-3150 or 821-3150. That's SHSS Electrical. Which you can find there. They've got those 2x4 LED flat panel lights that were $99, dropped them to $77. That's crazy.
I mean, comparable to prices anywhere else, and so why not get it right here?
I don't know why people are still trying to bring stuff in when you can buy things right here locally and get a great deal. You can get the 2x2 LED flat panel lights. They were $65. Dropped them to $42.90. These are incredible prices. You can get a 4-foot LED bulbs. They were $15, now $6.60. Child, you got to be dead break to can't afford that. You doing bad. You don't get your Isu joy. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue.
No, and the thing is, I like those, Ian, because they have a long shelf life.
Yes, they do.
You're
absolutely correct.
No, so they do help save money.
They do save money.
They absolutely do.
Another thing what a lot of people have been asking about.
Conserve energy.
I'm going to skip. I have the dusk to dawn lights outside with the motion sensors, so I don't have to leave them on all night. It's just that when someone comes into the yard, it turns on. Now it's triggered, so now that your whole yard's illuminated. Ladies and gentlemen, great deals down there. Plus, they got ceiling fans. A lot of people have been asking about the Square D main breaker. They got what they got. Square D main breaker meter combo, 8-space, 16-circuit surface mount. Now available, 150 amps and 200 amps, starting at as low as $350. Really great deals down there. So you get Square D products, switches, combos, breakers, breaker panels. You got electrical wires and meter cans. All the things you need down there, right there at SHSS Electrical. Go check them out. I love this company. You put your name in a little thing
And
with
what's
your
so
receipt.
beautiful, people are now on like ongoing renovations, trying to get their Airbnb done, like all this stuff. Listen, these are one-stop shops, these areas, and all this that Ian is talking about. Even when it comes to power outages, no longer a concern.
No,
you
not
know,
the-
with the
hey,
eco.
Shanique, no, man, listen, I
generator,
love the way you just come right in and you say exactly what I want to say.
No, but
that's
it's
it.
true. I mean, I want to help all of us become empowered
Yes,
and get things done.
Yes, so that's SHSS Electrical.
Cost
the phone number,
effective.
827-3150, 827-3150, and 821-3150. Remember, if you forget any of these numbers, you can still give me a call. It's on the screen. 5520212, 5520212. Also, if you want to know about all the other products that I carry, along with the companies that I represent, you want to give me a call. Please, 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 I'll send you the whole catalog. Give me a call, 5520212. This machine here, oh man, we just had to do a whole
I
new...
need to put this on Patrice Smith.
A whole
you
new
know
order.
That prophetess woman?
Yes.
She need that.
Oh man, or anyone who's stressed out. So they don't do things that they shouldn't do. So if you're stressed out, this is a great machine. You come home late in the evening or whatever.
No,
you massage,
it is that good, you all.
Yeah, you massage yourself or you massage your partner, and you can get your lower back, you can get your arms and your thighs and everything. It's a deep tissue massage gun, and it comes with different heads. I'm just using this ball one because it's the most common one, but you can use it all over your body, and it's going to really make you feel good. You know, a young person maybe coming home from doing some sports, and they might have sprained something or whatever. Come on, sit down, son, daughter, whatever.
Person or
Let me get the little kick out.
Listen, get that in there.
Get this out. It's only $145. Give me a call, Ian Thomas, Direct Marketers, $145.
And almost immediately
You're gonna love
relaxes you as
well.
well.
Definitely, definitely.
It is so good.
Now, what I haven't spoken about in a minute, this does the same thing, but it's different. It's the massage pillow. So it goes around. Only thing with this is that you have to connect it to electricity, or you can have it in your car and it sticks into your cigarette lighter, and you put it right there.
Imagine driving with that massaging.
And you have this on, and it feels so good. Sometimes when I'm not here and I'm just chilling at home and I'm just watching you on television, I get a chair and I put it in the back of the chair, and I just there and it just kneads and gets all the kinks out. You can fall asleep on it. It also has a heating pad in it, so it can give you that good feeling to make your neck feel so good. So this is the massage pillow. The cost for this is what, $95? $95, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Sorry, I don't have it connected right now, so I can turn it on, but because it goes with electricity.
Guys, the health
this feels
benefits
great.
of massages. If you think that we are just trying to be real slick with it, just go Google the health benefits of
a massage. Right between this massage gun at $145 and the massage pillow at $95. You guys, it's a great gift for birthday, or you're going to an event, you want to give someone a gift, a wedding gift, or whatever it is, or saving up towards Christmas. Two great gifts. Now, one of the next product I have to talk about, one of the things Shanique Miller just raves about, just loves it. It's these. Anyone looking? These bully pills are amazing.
Them bully pills, yeah.
These bully pills are amazing. It's a bottle of 6. They're all natural, Shanique. I have a client, a customer, whatever you want to call it. This guy's like 78, and he purchased some of these, and he says, it's going to work on me. Bedroom bully. He says, listen, nothing's been happening for a long time with me, and you think I'm too old? And I said, no, sir, you can't, just try it. So he took one of the pills. I asked him if he has any ailments, because it's not going to bother him. So people with diabetes or hypertension, it's not going to bother you. It's all natural. He took the pill. Half an hour later, he did some amazing things. I said,
but who did these? Listen, now, sir, at 78, I hope
he
you
did some amazing. He said, sir, my wife, oh my, she enjoyed this so much.
I hope
it
was
woke up that sleeping giant. It gave him energy, and it gave him this erection that he hasn't seen in years. And I was so happy. So. Well, I wasn't happy about his erection, but he was happy that his
No, he was
erection.
at 78. Yeah, absolutely, it's something to be happy about.
So listen, it's an all natural pills. It's 6 pills in a bottle.
The men have been really excited about this, because
these are
and when they can't reach
bottle.
you, I don't know who told them they could reach me, but they have been, and so they certainly are very interested in that, because it's natural. It doesn't interfere with your medications, and it would not get you into problems in terms of increased heart heart rate, etc.
Yes. I sold some to one of the guys at another place I was, and he was like, Ian, man, I am so happy you did this, because nothing's been happening in my relationship with my wife at home. And also, I just gotta say this, a lot of you guys out there, you might be dating someone 5, 10, 15 years, whatever the age difference is, and you know what? You're thinking that, you know what, you are doing your best. But have you ever asked your partner, do I need something a little extra? Go ahead and do it. I also have women calling and purchasing for their men. And they said, listen here, I'm just going to get this for him and say, honey, you know what, try it. Let's just try something different. And you're going to see a big, big difference, a huge difference. Like I said, after you take it, you're going to be the hardest guy in the neighborhood.
The people in Abaco love hearing you say that. Oh gosh,
man, I'm telling you, man.
You talk about corny, and then those acronyms that he just did. Erica, I'm responsible. Okay.
Shanique Miller. People have been calling about DNA Direct.
Yes.
If you are a man out there and you need to prove that you are or are not the biological father of a child, you want to call DNA Direct at 324-0665. You can get a DNA test for as low as $450. There's no needles or blood involved, and you can get your results back in 7 to 10 business days. It's so easy. Why do people choose DNA Direct? They're the least expensive on the island, plus they have a payment plan, plus there's a mobile service available 7 days a week between 7 and 7. So if you need a paternity test done, an informational test, that's $450. If you need one for court purposes, that's $550. Now you can find out if someone's your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, or your grandparent. Call DNA Direct today at 324-0665. That's 324-0665. And give me a call, Ian Thomas, Direct Marketers, and I'll tell you about all the different things I spoke about tonight. Man, Shanique, I hear that music.
And more.
And more.
I love when you come, because you have so much. I'll tell you, truly, he really does. And people try them. They look after, they anticipate the fact that you come on and what else they can take advantage of. And so, Ian, it's always good to hear you talk about it. Gentlemen, so that's just one pill.
Yeah, it's just one pill. You take it whenever it's needed. You don't have to take it every day or everything. Just half an hour before you want to engage in the act.
And also, invest in yourself.
Yes.
Self-care is super important. Those massages and the pillow and it is fantastic. Great health benefits come attached as well. Ian Thomas, I thank you so much. Ian Thomas, Direct Marketers, 552-0212, 552-0212. Thank you once again. Thank all of you. Of course, welcome to the new company, the Store family as well, who love being on. It's good to have you all here. And also, I want to thank at the top of tonight's show, Ellington Ferguson, Prophetess Patrice Smith, of course, the people from Grand Bahama. We will continue to monitor and follow that story. And Ian, as usual, thank you for coming. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in this evening. We certainly enjoyed having you along and look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.